February is the month that we associate Black History Month with. But actually, February is the beginning of us to think about Black History Month because it's something that should go on every month, every day, all year. It's a time that Carter Godwin Woodson had designated as a time to study Negro history. And he began to think about the ways that we can do this back in the 1915. Initially, he started the Association for the Study of African American Life. He then came out with the Journal of Negro History in 1916. And then in 1926, he created Negro History Week. He felt it was important that the contributions of African Americans be documented because so many people had told him, and he had heard other people being told that Black people had no history. And so it was very important, he felt, and he actually dedicated his life to documenting the contributions of African Americans. Earlier, James Weldon Johnson had created a poem which later became a song. His brother Rosamond Johnson put music to it, and it's called Lift Every Voice and Sing. When James Weldon Johnson created this poem, it was to honor Booker T. Washington when he came to the school where James Weldon was the principal. The children learned the poem. It was later set to music. And then throughout America, when we had a segregated school system, Black children learned the song. The churches picked it up and it was sung in the churches. The first verse says, "Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea." And this song became the National Negro Anthem, and it was well respected throughout the Black community because of what it meant for people, the quest to pursue freedom, the quest to pursue equality wherever possible. And when we think about how far we have come, we realize that though we have come a long way, we now have our first African American president, there is still a need to press on to remember where we came from. Because if we don't, it is so easy to go back to the past when things were so very unequal. And we find that with other groups, they too have picked up on what African Americans have done in commemorating their history, and they too are commemorating their history. Women's History Month is celebrated in March. American Indians celebrate their history in April, as well as Confederate history. And so there are so many groups that are realizing that they too want to commemorate their history. Carter G. Woodson himself was from Buckingham County, was Harvard-trained PhD, and pursued the study of African American history through his whole life. And it is because of him that we now are celebrating history much longer than a week. My former mentor, the late Dr. Edgar Toppin, expanded the commemoration of African American History Week into a month in 1976 when he was president of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And this is the same group that was started by Carter G. Woodson in 1915. And so we see a legacy here. And we want to continue this legacy, and that's why it's so important that this is being documented to this day.